Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I get a lot of questions about how I moved to Paris at 18 and just my life here in general. So I'm an au pair, which means that I'm a nanny for a French family. I take care of their kids 25 hours a week, and in exchange I get free housing and free food and like some other perks. So I essentially moved to and live in Paris for free, which is pretty cool. It's not for everyone. You have to like kids. Okay, so how long did it take to become fluent in French, and what's the hardest part? So these are two questions that I got a ton, and I don't speak fluent French. My job is to teach kids English, and so I only speak English with them. And so moving here, I didn't speak any French because I didn't have to. My host family spoke English, so I was like, oh, I'll learn it. Well, it's a lot harder than I expected. French is a hard language, and while I am comfortable now with my French, I can carry a conversation. I have several friends that I only speak French with. Fluency is very hard to reach. I can live a normal life without worrying about the language too much. If I spoke French for my job, I'm sure I would have been fluent by now, but I am still surrounded by English all the time, and so it makes it a bit harder to become fluent because you have to be a bit more intentional about surrounding yourself with French still. Okay, so the hardest part just in general versus like my job. I miss my family a lot. That's probably the hardest part. But at the same time, I still talk to them all the time, and I mean, my relationship with them has grown stronger through this. Having so much responsibility for my job was hard, and still is hard. I went from living with my parents, being in high school, to moving to France by myself and taking care of 3 little kids. That was so hard. I didn't speak the language, so I couldn't communicate with their teachers. And even the kids, like, I couldn't communicate with them very well. They understood me, but I didn't understand them. And that was really, really hard. Get more used to it, of course, like anything. But I think it was, yeah, like the big step that I took. What made you want to be an au pair? So I've always loved kids, and I knew that I didn't want to go straight to college because I wanted to travel first. A family friend of mine had been an au pair in Italy, I think. So I just looked up au pair in Paris. I found Au Paris, the online community. I found their YouTube channel, their website, all their stories. It made me really want to be an au pair. I've known for a long time that I wanted to be an au pair because you can have freedom, but also like you have a job, you have a stable job, but you still have time off to travel. I wanted to live abroad, but I still wanted to have a family of some sort. Yeah, so it was originally for a gap year. I'm on my 2nd gap year now. But I love it, and now I'm more clear on what I want to study too. Like, I'm more clear on what I want in life, and so I'm very glad that I took this time off. What is your favorite country or place that you've visited? I have been around France a lot, and I love France. I've been to Nice, Lyon, Normandy, Provence, Paris obviously, oh, Brittany, and I've loved all of those places. I've also been to Switzerland, which I loved. I have a sweet friend there, and Switzerland is incredible. The chocolate is amazing, the people are so nice, it's such a beautiful country. So that's probably my favorite country besides France. I've also been to Malta, which I loved, but there's just something about Switzerland. Do you miss Santa Barbara? Yes, I miss Santa Barbara so much. I miss my family, my friends, and the beach. I also know that I am where I'm supposed to be right now. I love Paris, and I want to be in Paris while I'm young. Like, this is, you know, the perfect place for me right now. I get asked all the time when I will be moving back, and I don't know. I'm applying for schools here. Originally, I was saying I'm just here for 1 year. I want to be with my family long term, and then I lived here for longer, and I feel like I have family here too, in the sense of I've made close friends that feel like family. I really don't know when or if I'll move back. I'm sure I will at some point, but I'm not planning to at the moment. Like yeah, I don't know. It's up in the air, which is exciting. How did you make friends and what was the scariest part? I made friends through au pair picnics, basically. So there's a great community online of au pairs, Facebook groups. So I would go to picnics. You just have to put yourself out there. Go to au pair picnics, join group chats, join Facebook groups, text people, ask them if they want to grab a coffee, grab a drink, go to a museum. You have to put yourself out there, and then you're not going to click with everyone you meet, of course, but you will meet some really cool people. And then the scariest part is pretty much the same as the hardest part. With your current experience here, what would you do differently if you could start over? Whew. Big question. I think if I could go back, I would start doing the things that I wanted to do right away and not waiting for the right time. For example, I have this whole list of things that I want to do in Paris, and I've checked off a lot of them, but I kind of waited for a while. I was kind of thinking, oh, I'll wait for the right time, wait to find the right person to go with me to this, but I would have started doing those more. Because then the first lockdown came and I hadn't accomplished a lot of the things that I wanted to. So that's kind of why I stayed another year, because I wanted to accomplish more. There are still things that I haven't done yet that I'd love to do, that now that I'm in second lockdown, I wish I did before. But I think I would take less naps and go see more things. Okay, so that is all of the questions that I'll be answering today. I didn't get to all of them, but let me know if you want me to do a part 2, or let me know if there's anything that you want me to address further. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!